What's going on, everyone? Knife3 doing another video, and welcome back to Umineko, where today we're going to be enjoying the episode 3 tea party. And by enjoying, I mean going absolutely insane, but like, that's fine. Also, between this video and the last video, it's been around 24 hours. I've given it some thought. I've had many awakenings, and I have realized now a way to actually get past all of the red truths that was presented. So, what I was thinking before was that someone had a split personality. It was something Battler said, and it's something that could theoretically explain why it's saying that everyone's dead. However, my other thought I just realized is the red truth says that they died. It doesn't confirm when they died. So, I'm sorry, George, but I still think he's a little suspicious. And my theory is that he died before ever coming to Rokenzima, and the person named George is actually an imposter. And the reason I think that is because, well, one, they didn't even examine his death wasn't even argued about, so I don't have any red truths to work on with that. However, what we can talk about is the fact that he disappeared and then was later found dead. Of course, that would mean Nanzo was an accomplice, but honestly, that would make sense, granted how long he survived. So that could be, it could be Eva as the main culprit, Nanzo as an accomplice, and another accomplice in a fake George. And the other thing that he could do was he was also supposed to be in charge of making sure that the cousins didn't leave the room and figure out that Natsui and Kraus are about to be murdered. And then after that, he left, disappeared, faked his own death, and that's what happened. But at least that's what I think would happen. I was thinking a lot about it, and I realized that if I flip the chessboard over, there's absolutely no reason to, well, there's no way that the enemy can actually fake their own death. So the only possibility is that they're dead, but they're still alive. And the only possibility that they're dead and still alive means that there is an imposter among us. Sorry, I had to do the reference. Anyway, episode 3 Tea Party. It's time to party with tea. It's Beatrice.
Yeah,
that was a little crazy. It just, like, look, rethinking about the ending, I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but I'm a little upset that Beatrice is like, I need to prove him a witch thing wasn't real. But Gustavo just does not care. It was the character's first appearance, I agree. No, you have to tell me. It's okay, I'm in this boat of violence. Oh. I like your tactics. This is helpful for me. Yeah, Santa-san. Oh my god, I love that.
Santa Claus 教は心のきれいな子供のところ
Lord
しか訪れ
Santa
ないのに
Claus.
あんたのとこには来なかったのね。まあ、サンタクロース教は寛大であるからな。 よっぽどの大悪党で
Remember
もない
last
限り
tea
プ
party?
レゼントを恵んでくださるぞ。何しろわらわにもくれたくらいだからな。成長して心がすさんでくると来なくなるのよね。ベアトのとこにはいくつくらいまで来てたの？12歳くらいまでは来ておったぞ。乙女心に目覚めると急にサンタ教が来るのがなんだか恥ずかしくなってな。
Lloyd
これまであ
Santa?
りがとうございました。もう結構です。だから最後のプレゼントは奮発してくださいと手紙を置いたら、ちょっぴり期待したのだがな。ベルンカステル教はいつくらいまで来ていたのか。私、すさ
That
んで
was pretty wild. It's amazing.
結構早かったっけ？
Except with that face too.
確か9歳頃ね。なんかあのヒゲが無性にムカついてちょん切ってやろうと
Oh no.
布団の中で財布
Lloyd Santa almost got attacked by emo Rika.
痛いお年頃よね。
What a cringeworthy age.
でラムダデルタ教には物心ついてからサンタクロース教がおいでになったことがある。
I think this is like getting away from the main
小
point,
学校高学
but
年から中学校くらいまでの間までは来るものであるぞ。ある意味お医者で見てもらった方がいいわよ。早熟すぎると心身の成長に悪影響があるらしいから。ああ、確かに出てるわね。
maybe that should be the title of this video.
悪影響。
Lord Santa Claus, the truth revealed.
何の話をしてるのよ。魔女も3人集まれば実にかしましい。この程度のレベルの秘密じゃ聞く価値もなさそうね。私もう次のゲームの準備をしなくち
No,
ゃ
you
ならない。
you have to stay here for like an hour.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。あの女の正体を教えなさいよ。じゃああなたのとっておきの秘密を先に教えなさいよ。見合うものだったら教えてあげるわ。いいわよ、教えてあげるわ。ほら、今回のゲームで黄金を見つけて新しい魔女になった子がいたでしょ。
Eva.
あやつに一体どんな秘密があるというのか。あの子の正体にね、みんなにはわかるかしら。
Wait, actually is.
ヒントはね、喋り方にあったのよ。ほら、あの子よく口にしてたでしょ。なんとかしちゃえば。
Yes, exactly. She did. Okay, I caught on to that. I'm happy I wasn't the. I'm happy the game also caught on to that.
この語尾がポイントだったのよ。エヴァ。
Forever.
エヴァ。
Oh.
そう。あ
That's actually kind of funny.
いつの正体は
Oh.
後ろ宮エヴァだったのよ。
We knew this already. I thought.
驚いちゃったかしら。ほう、それは気
I
づかなかっ
thought
た。
she was about to say something like. Anything that wasn't that. I thought she was about to say that Eva had a split personality, and I was like, that's who killed Nanzo, even though that creates a lot of errors.
ベアトって付き合いがいいのね。その子増長するからほどほどになさいよ。じゃあね、私は席を外すわ。ちょっと私の秘密だけ聞いてあんたは喋んないなんてずるいわ。あんたもあの女の正体を話しなさいよ。あんたの秘密がすごすぎて釣り合わないわ。じゃあ代わりに私もとっておきの秘密を教えてあげるわ。日暮らしの泣く頃にってゲームの犯人の名前を教えて。ああ、言わないで。私今プレイしてるとこだよ。じゃあね、ベアト、紅茶美味しかったわ。
That was great. That was so great.
あとお茶菓子のクラッカーだけど
Almost spoiled the
ジャムの
entire
レパートリ
game.
ーが足りないわ。たまにはコチュジャンでも用意しなさい。
So this seems more like a tea party that I
ロ
was
シアンティーに
expecting.
もぴったりだし。じゃあね。そうか、わかったぞ。試してみよう。次の
I
ゲ
guess
ー
I
ム
just
の
won't
準
figure
備
out
が
who the
整ったら
mysterious woman
呼ぼう
was.
ぞ。
But that's
それ
fine.
までゆっくり戦略でも練るがよ。ええ、そうするわ。今回のゲームはなかなか面白かったわ。じゃあね。ちょっと待ちなさいよ。
Nope, Scott.
いやいや、本当にお二人は仲が良い。
No, the plot of Higurashi almost got spoiled. That isn't alright.
そうよ。大好きよ、ベルンカステル。愛してるとさえ言ってもいいわ。あの瞳をえぐり出して、私以外を映さないようにしてやりたい。紅茶に沈めても素敵かもしれない。
Huh. That's an interesting thing
ラ
to
ムダ
say.
デルタ教をここまで夢中にさせるとは。わらわも責任重大であるな。しかし今回は実に惜しかった。あと一息でバトラーをコロリといけたもの。
ベアと一個聞いていい？
なんであるか。あの女の名前は教えぬぞ。
いつまでチャラけてんのよ。
Oh.
あんた勝つ気あんの
When Delta threatened her with a low voice that she had never used in front of Bird Castell, it completely blew away the calm atmosphere which had been. Yeah, we were talking about Higurashi.
私はね、
Oh my, that face.
ベルンカステルに勝てる魔女ってことで、あんたに肩入れしてんのよ。
Is this why everyone's like being like, oh, the connections of Go and So too? Because that does kind of look like that one face that kept getting
あ
made
んた
like
にベ
every
ルンカステ
episode.
ルに勝てる力がないってんなら、いつだって私はあんたなんか見捨てるんだからね。
これは手厳しい。わらわの何がご不満なのか今日もご存知の通り。ベルンカステル教には決して勝てはせん。
そうよ。あんたのゲーム版は実に見事よ。ベルンカステルが100年はおろか1000年を費やそうとも絶対に勝つことのできない実に見事な完璧なゲーム版よ。
Which means that
だ
there's
か
a
ら
flaw
私
in
は
it.
それを借りることの引き換えにあんたを魔女にしてやったのよ。私があんたの後見人をやめればあんたはすぐに人間に逆戻り。どんなにすごい魔力を持っていてもあんたはかりそめの魔女にしかないことを決して忘れないことよ。
What the hell?
そなたに感謝している。
タメ口聞かないで
So-
よ。ベルンカステルがいる時
That
は
entire like
い
things.
ない時は許さないわ。
Okay, how does anyone know the personalities of these witches? I feel like if I've learned one thing this episode, every witch can flip their personality instantly, so you can never really tell what they're trying to like, how they feel.
ありません。
やっぱ気持ち悪いわ。いつもの喋り方でいい。でも口の利き方には注意してよ。私案外短気。
Jeez.
話を戻すわ。あんたのゲーム版は実に完璧。ベルンカステルを容易に任すことができるでしょうよ。しかしあの子は簡単
So
に屈服
I
し
do
ない。
find it interesting that it's like, oh, defeating Burn Castell. Like it really does make you wonder what Battler's role plays in all of this, because Battler last time was saying like, oh, you're not my opponent, the new witch is. So I wonder if that's like two ways.
何度でも挑んでくるわ。
もうラムダデルタ教のお墨付きではなく、わらわのゲーム版は完璧だ。
そうよ。完璧よ。プレイヤーであるあんたも完璧ならね。
I am perfect.
それはどういう意味か。
どういう意味？私が聞きたいくらいよ。あんたのゲームには遊びが多い。それは時にベルンカステルを煙に巻くからあんたなりの策略なんだと私も最初は思ってた。でもなんだか違う気が
I
す
also
る。
keep forgetting that these are the question arcs. Like I think that like I'm gonna get answers, but I'm like, oh wait, no, I gotta think like it was Higurashi in the sense that like you're not gonna understand anything. Just wait like 10 hours of gameplay,
あんた
20 hours of
勝てる
gameplay
試
more
合
like.
をもてあそんでるんじゃなくて勝っても負けてもどうでもいいって思ってるんじゃないの？
バカバカしい。そんなことあるわけもなかろうが。
いいこと？あんたの役目はベルンカステルを屈服させることよ。つまりゲームに永遠に 勝者でいること。あ
Force
な
you
たが
to
絶対の勝者であり続けようとする限り、私は絶対の魔女としてあなたに力を与えるわ。
Oh, more go search your stuff. Great. But the I'm sorry, but like if Burn Castell really is connected to Rika, then there's no way you can break the person who spent like 100
も
years
しあなたが
hell
自らの敗北
And
の
then
可
how
能
was
性を
Hinamizawa?
否定しないような戦い方を
playing
している
club
なら
activities until you die.
話は変わるわよ。
もちろんわらわが勝てばベルンカステル教が負けるように、向こうが勝てばわらわが負ける日もあるだろう。常に敗北の可能性はあり得る。だからこそわらわは
だからあんたは使えないのよ。あんたはゲーム版である必要なんかない。ベルンカステルを永遠にここに閉じ込める鳥かごでさえあればいいの。鳥かごの役目は中の小鳥を絶対に逃がさないことよ。たまに抜け出せてしまうような隙間のある鳥かごに。
So what's wrong with Burn Castell then? Because
無論ゲームは勝つために
that's weird.
そしてわらわが負けることだ。ゆえにわらわは勝ち続けようぞ。お望み通り永遠に。
いい返事よ。策略としての遊びやフェイクは許す。今回有効だったところもあるしね。でもね、もしあなたが勝ち以外を望むような指し手をしたら、その時は素敵な覚悟をなさいよね。
so is Beatrice not even like the main villain then?
もともと魔女ですらないあんたがいつだって思い出させてあげるんだから。
Jeez.
私の期待を裏切ったら、その時は楽しい楽しい
Whoever did the sprite expressions did an amazing job.
100億のかけら世
Yeah,
界
an amazing job.
最も惨めなかけらにあんたを送り込んで封印してあげ
In
る。
Fragment, so much
あんた
there,
はもとも
there
とは
definitely is
惨めだから
connections to stuff.
惨めなかけらも実に選びがいがあるわ。
Wow. Here she goes.
愛してるわ。
After saying how you want to trap her for all
ベ
eternity,
アトリーチェの鳥かごで好きなだけあがいて、もはや逃れられないことを1000年かけて知りなさい。そしてあなたが私の手のひらでしか泣けないようにたっぷりと仕込んであげるんだ。
oh, jeez. Again, I hate to keep using Go and So too as like a reference point, but I can see why people theorize what they theorize now. I'm gonna say overall I disagree with some of it, but at the same time, oh yes, I got a trophy. And a new question mark has been added to the title screen. We have to go check it out. It is the only way. That was actually a surprisingly short teaper. Yeah, 18 minutes. And 3 of those minutes were spent talking about Santa Claus. Also, we have tips. I kind of want to check those out too. But first, we gotta go to the question mark. 12 years. Wait, what? Wait, huh? October 4th, 1998. Huh? But we're not allowed to go. Tony. Why am I? An electric sound kept on repeating. The theme of the room was a so-called hygienic emotionless white. It was a room of certain university hospital. Of a certain university hospital. Why can't I? Sorry, because it's the first time I have to read all day. An ordinary person wouldn't be able to afford the cost of even a single night in this room. A room which neither her doctors nor she herself had any doubts would be the last she ever stayed in. Was the person on the bed? Oh, Eva! She looked haggard and aged to the point where you would not believe it was her unless you were told. Well, that makes sense because if she is yeah, 12 years later, so this is like after she left alive, that's kind of crazy. A well-built man in a suit, rotting in the corner near the door, was having a conversation with an outside in a low voice over the intercom. He was a guard protecting Eva's person. After telling the person on the other end of the intercom to wait, he approached Eva's bed. Eva had been awake for a while. However, she stared at a single point in empty space as though her mind was not in the same place.
エンジェさんが下のロビーに到着しました。
Angie!
お通ししてよろしいですか？
Angie! Oh my god, are we finally gonna get to meet Angie? For a long time, Eva didn't answer. However, bit by bit, her eyes began to regain their focus, and she gave a small nod, indicating that she didn't mind if they called Angie. Eva herself had been the one to call her, and she was right on time. Eva now refused to meet any. She's gonna be like, yeah, sorry, I killed Battler. The reason the room was dark, even though it was still light outside, was because the curtains were closed. There was always one guard waiting in the room and 3 more waiting in the They were all there to protect Eva's person. And it's all because she won the money. Eventually, there was a sound of a knock. Also, there was a message from the intercom. The guest's body check had been completed with no problems. The door was unlocked, then opened, and a woman of about high school age was standing there.
会長、エンジェさんがいらっしゃいました。
Eva reacted and turned her face towards the guest. However, instead of reacting to the guard's call, maybe it would be better to say that she reacted to the smell of Angie's makeup. Having been set up in this room for so long, Eva was sensitive to small changes in smell.
来たわね、エンジ。
Wait, I heard the thing.
来たわ。
Wait! That's... I'm doing the Spider-Man meme right now. Hang on. There's character info. We need to go check this out now. Yeah, everyone else is just dead. Yeah, Jessica is missing as she was indeed enjoyed with Canon in the Golden Land. They apologized to each other for their cowardice and told each other of their true and honest feelings, and they hugged each other until the final moments. Afterwards, she was chased a bit by the demons and went to hell. It's okay, Canon is with her. Okay, so the curtains didn't protect her. Ushiromiya and... Jeez. Rudolph and Kiri's daughter, Battler's younger half-sister. She didn't get to see Battler often, but they got on extremely well, and she greatly respected him. Since he was absent due to illness during the family conference, he always survives in... Oh! Okay, I thought they just didn't bring her for, like, some weird... Honestly, this is kind of a weird character. Like, they were casually mentioning her over and over again, and now that's just her. And apparently she has magic powers. Since unfortunately, she has become emotionally disturbed, always carries a huge amount of cash with her, and has a bad habit of throwing it around to make sure she never has to... Nice.
呼ばれたから。
On Eva's face, you could find the expression of one warmly welcoming their niece. And on Angie's face, you couldn't see the expression of one pleased to see their aunt. Eva waved her arm, which had grown as thin as a withered branch, and motioned for the guards to leave. The guard bowed silently and went out into the hall.
暗い上に空気もひどいわ。カーテンでも開けたら。
そうすると、あんたの依頼した殺し屋が
Wait, what?
越しに打ってくるって寸法なのかしら。
あんたの暗殺依頼なら、私が受けたいわ。家でのんびり、ほんの一月も過ごしてれば。
Your discussion was quite morbid for an aunt and niece. Yeah, you think? However, they didn't look like they were joking. At the very least, Eva did believe that someone was after her life. All of the Ushiromiya family's massive fortune had come into the possession of Ushiromiya Eva. It was said that this fortune also included the 10 tons of hidden gold that Ushiromiya Kinzo was rumored to have kept concealed. They could do nothing while this vast wealth was in the hands of the cunning, sly, and extremely suspicious Eva, but it was rumored that if it was passed on to Angie, who was no more than a young girl, certain people were plotting to snatch it away at once. By now, Eva and Angie were Kinzo's only descendants. If Eva died, all of the wealth would go to Angie, and if Angie were to be killed as well, that wealth would go to the family of Angie's mother, Kiri. In the sense, not only Eva, but Angie as well, was in a position where it wouldn't be odd at all for her life to be targeted by some unknown person. And Eva had hated Angie for a long time, because after losing her precious only son George, she had learned that the only one who had survived to inherit her own wealth was Angie, who had been absent from the family conference 12 years ago. Eva shunned Angie, hated her, even detested her. She isolated Angie in a special school and separated her from the youth and happiness normal people have. What the fuck? The Eva's... Jeez, however, Eva had succumbed to an incurable illness, and ironically, her mating life was estimated to be the same as Kinzo's had been at the family conference 12 years. Both Eva and Anzi hated each other. Even though they were each other's last blood relatives, they hated each other so much that they hoped that the other would die quickly.
それでわざわざ呼びつけて何の用？
私はもう長くない。ヤブ医者どもは未だに私が盛られた毒が何かの検出で分かってるの。きっと某国の諜報機関で使われてた。
No, you were poisoned by Jessica while she was still hiding and alive. She poisoned you as your last act of revenge.
私は殺されるのよ。殺されるのよ。よかったわね。もうじき死ぬわよ。そうすれば、さぞやあなたの胸がすくでしょうね。
かわいそうな人。
This always happened. She immediately deviated from the main topic, distorting it into a more unsettling discussion. Eva, who was full of suspicion, believed that someone was always after her life. Indeed, after inheriting the vat... Were they not gonna talk just like Kinzo had done in the past and had repeatedly made money by... Yeah, they're not just gonna talk about the fact that, like, everyone died except her. Like, I'm sorry, but that's like... That's so suspicious. With a massive supply of capital, she had launched aggressive takeovers against businesses which were starting to have rapid growth, making them buy it back at a high price under the guise of reconciliation. Ironically, it was the same type of accident that her husband's company had been hit with 12 years ago. She had repeated this constantly for the past 12 years. She had also earned a lot of hatred. If her husband had heard of this from beyond the grave, he might have defended her, saying that it was because of the loneliness from losing her family. However, no one knew now who now would come to her defense. For some time, Eva waxed eloquent about how her life was being targeted, listing off names of people who likely hated for her, who likely held hatred for her, and sneering at the fact that she hadn't been killed. Even when Anzi heard her own name included on that list, her expression did not change significantly, and she waited indifferently for Eva to tire herself out.
私はね、憎いのよ、あんたが。
光栄ね、私もよ。
ジョージのために築いた未来だ。それをあんたにかすめ取られるなんて。ルドルフの娘に奪われるなんて。私は悔しい。子も残せず。財産すらも奪われるなんて、それが私には許せない。
Eva, you killed like 17 people for your fortune. You might want to chill a bit.
だったら財産全部お布施にでもしちゃえば。お百度踏んでた宗教系の連中はどうしたのよ。
連中はみんな言う。多すぎる財産が私の負担になって決まって。だから預けて清める必要があるとか言い出すのよ。それで思いついたのよ。
Also, I know we're denying magic, but all of the similarity to Kinzo, like down to that they only have a little bit of time left to live. The I hate everybody. They like. Is there a curse on the gold?
寄付はやめたわ。
For a time, Eva had invited the founders of several strange new religious cults. What? But in the end, they did not give her any relief, and only further increased her suspicion. You invited cultists to your home, and you're wondering why you're dying.
コンビーフでも作れば？
それよりもっと面白いことを。いろいろ悩んだ。どうやればあなたをひどい目に遭わせられるかをね。殺してしまおうとも思ったわ。あるいは全ての財産を消し去り、あなたを無一文にして後宮家から叩き出してやろうかとも。素敵でしょ。お上品に育てられたご令嬢が腐ったパンや泥水を這いつくばって漁り回るのよ。ああ、それも実に素敵だわ。
楽しい？
楽しいわ。あなたを怯えさせるのはね。でももうじき私は死ぬわ。だから私が死んだ後もどうやってあなたを苦しませ続けるか考えたの。そうしたら案外単純なことだったわ。それをあなたに話したくて呼んだのよ。
そろそろ中間近いんだけど。
Not midterms.
あなたにすべての財産を相続することにしたわ。
へえ。
それどころか私が死ぬ最後の一日までどこまでも財産を増やして膨れに膨らませてあなたに相続。
How is that
それ
bad?
がどういうことか。
See his midterms, he's paying student debt. Like, you need all the money you can get. As someone who's like in that boat right now. Because I'm stupid.
そうよね。わかんないでしょ。楽しみにしてなさいよ。毎日日本中の妖怪が朝から晩まで遊びに来るわよ。
You wished for this, Eva. You
あんたの私生活はこれからはすべてワイドショーと週刊誌が覗き見してくれるわ。何をしてもしなくてもマスコミは施せばブルジョワだと叩かれ。
That's why you always want to be rich and anonymous. You don't want to be like rich and out there.
本当に素敵な毎日。そんな日々に若くて先の長いあなたをぜひ招待してあげようと思い、本当に素敵でしょう。
あんたのしてきたことに対する世間の正当な評価でしょ。
そうね、そうでしょう。いいわ。好きなだけ私を罵るといい。
Also, I absolutely love her character design.
あなたが背負うのよ。
It looks really cool.
製品が善人、金持ちは死ねというのが日本の文化。あんたはやがて何をしてもしなくても日本中から妬みと恨みの象徴に
I
祭り
wonder
上げら
if
れ
it's
ていく。
because you returned from a family conference as the only survivor and suddenly inherited a bunch of money. I
そん
wonder.
な生活の中で生きていくあなたのこれからの人生は、あんたの味方は誰も、あんたの悩みなど誰も聞かない。あなたを罵ることは公然としたスポー
Public
ツにな
sport.
る。
It's a nice game of
そしてそ
football.
れを誰も止めない。あんたはどんな人生を送ってどう終えるのかしら。世界中の誰も信用できず、誰も愛せず、誰とも語り合えない
She doesn't need this. She has midterms, alright?
満喫しな
As
さ
some,
い。
again, I can relate. This is the last thing I need.
地獄へ落ちてくるのを。
Her insane laughter turned into a painful cough. Without changing her expression in the slightest, looking completely unconcerned, Angie stared at the only survivor of Rokenzima. Perhaps because he found the violent coughing odd, the guard flew in as he gave a short knock on the door. Angie glanced at him, wordlessly showing that she hadn't moved a step from where she had been. Angie was prepared for some kind of trap to frame her in Eva's death. However, that was fortunately a needless anxiety. As the guard rubbed Eva's back, he poured a hot water from a thermos. Also, I think it's funny that this is like the third arc, and it ends with the only survivor of like an entire, like a tragedy, just in the hospital going insane. As he did, and on their deathbed. As he did, Eva kept coughing, looking like she was in pain. Angie thought that this was probably in the final form of the Witch of Rokenzima, and the last she would be able to see. Eventually, Eva was able to moisten her throat and regain her normal breathing. However, the glittering madness inside her eyes hadn't subsided in the slightest.
あの呪われた莫大な黄金と、そして黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの名を今こそ
Beatrice!
あなたに譲るわ。魔女の名にふさわしい狂って歪んだ生涯を楽しみなさい。
そんなのいらないわ。それより教えて、あの日 六軒島で何が事故があったなんて私は
There
信
was
じ
an
ない。あ
accident?
の日に何があったのか、父さんと母さんと兄さんが
There
どう
was
して
an
死んだのか、
accident. Is
本
that
当
what
の
you
ことを教
said?
えて。
What kind of accident?
それが一番の嫌がらせよ。あの日に何が1986年のなんて言葉を残して3人が死んだの。教えないわよ。呪われた黄金は残す。でもね、あんたが望む真相は私
Well,
が
I
地
think that
獄
kind
ま
of
で
just
持っていくわ。
confirms that, like, she
そ
killed
れが
them.
あんたにできる一番の嫌がらせよ。悔しい？聞きたければ地獄まで行ってあんたの家族に聞いてみるといい。なら今すぐ死なないとね。
Oh, she said it.
今すぐへそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。
That laugh continued until she started coughing again, and that cough did not subside until she started moaning and going into convulsions. Is that just the end? Oh no, we're getting more. October 4th, 1986. On Rokenzima, the Yoshima family's customary and final family conference was held. And on the next day, October 5th, an extremely unfortunate accident occurred and the Yoshima family was wiped out. As good luck would have it, Yoshima Eva escaped from that and succeeded What kind of accident happened? However, due to the many turbulent rumors surrounding the Yoshima family, the way Eva acted afterwards, and her unnatural actions at the time of the unfortunate accident, there was public controversy over whether this might have been a plot to get... It was! Under pressure from the public prosecutors and attempted numerous investigations, the media began tracing the outline of the murderous plot under the name of Rokenzima Gate. Wait, what? But in the end, they were not able to find sufficient proof that this unfortunate accident was a crime. However, because the media continued to give the impression that Rokenzima Gate was a murder plot by Eva, public opinion began to believe that she was the true culprit. Of course, all that easily condemnable, overbearing financial activity which she had carried out using the vast wealth of the bad impression only made matters worse. Every time she did something and the rumors started spreading, the talk shows would bring back Rokenzima Gate, blaming the justice. That's such a goofy name. But saying that she was the true culprit and that the only reason she hadn't been arrested was because even the police had been bribed. And the impression that she was an evil criminal grew stronger and stronger. Her hurt eventually degenerated, and ironically, it began to transfigure her into some kind of human that the public expected. By now, Eva had no one she trusted and no family. Her beloved husband, Hideyoshi, was already no more, and the talk shows would occasionally mention his company, saying that it was run recklessly while criticizing and disgracing its former accomplishments. Even her beloved son, George, was dramatized as the stereotypical rich, lazy son the public expected, and no one even attempted to find out what a simple and honest character he had possessed. That's kind of sad that, well, I mean, I was suspecting George, but at the same time, like, George in general, like, he doesn't deserve that. As to how much all of this hurt Eva and ran her to ruin, no one was interested. Okay, at least there was karma for, like, massacring her entire family. The public was only interested in the idea of an evil woman who had gone so far as to kill her whole family to become a multi-millionaire, and then what kind of pitiful final years she would lead. So she changed more and more, until eventually, Eva's personality was transfigured to the point that she was treated as a lunatic. It was said that she sometimes had remembered this was exactly the same way her father Kinzo, who she had once admired, had been in his late years, and then laughed at herself with scorn. And on the day of the final family conference, because Yoshima Rudolph's daughter Angie had been sick and stayed with her mother's family, she had not participated. At the age of 6, she lost her family and gained Eva as her... Oh, that sounds like a fate worse than death. Since Angie had become Eva's only blood relative, Eva took very good care of her. Yeah, she had imposing guards always surrounding Angie's person to prevent her from coming into harm. Angie had even her right to play with friends, to come home from school together and to enjoy the seasons together stolen, so that she can live a... Jeez, Eva sent Angie to an elegant boarding school which took... Wow, more Go references. She didn't even know the popular songs that girls her age might hum. She was never once given the chance to enjoy window shopping with her friends or stuff her mouth with crepes, much less an encounter with a member of the opposite sex to make her heart throb. Angie did not have a single friend. If anyone carelessly acted friendly with Angie, they'd be scolded by the guards or else the teachers. All of them were strictly ordered not to let the peasants approach the daughter of the esteemed Ushiromiya family. During that time, the talk shows were always talking about Ushiromiya Eva and always spreading rumors about her financial evil deeds. Those who found out she was her daughter naturally began to keep their distance. Even now, she was called a witch, and at any time something adverse happened, it was basically whispered at the truth that the school was operating according to her wishes and she had something to do with it. And that sucks too, because if you get good grades, they'll just be like, oh, you're paying the school money. The environment makes the person. By now she had a heart as hardened as those around her feared. She trusted no one and didn't even try. She loved no one and didn't even try. And on top of all this, when Eva caught an incurable illness, it was whispered that this had too been planned, and at this time Angie was set up as the mastermind. Everyone whispered that the daughter of a witch was a witch. Even the talk shows and the weekly magazines whispered that. So Angie too, because of that, no, as though it might as well be true, accepted it. Therefore, since she ought to believe that she was a witch, once she heard that the name of the Golden Witch was being turned over to her, she felt nothing if not completely unfazed. However, she was at least sure of one thing. The title of witch which she inherited would definitely never be inherited by anyone else. She would be the last head of the Ushiromiya family, and the last isolated Golden Witch. Poor Angie, that's sad. Her entire life is ruined because her aunt, because she was sick. Well, I mean, the alternative is die at the conference, so Angie could be seen on the roof of a skyscraper. That's a cool background. Compared to the winds of the road which had been beaten down upon her until now, this strong, cold wind was warm and pleasant. Below her lay a beautiful nighttime scene and a dazzling river of red and white lights. It was a clear sky tonight, so there really shouldn't have been countless stars stretched out over the sky. However, the light from the ground was so bright you couldn't see them all. Angie couldn't help but think that this was what she really saw lay somewhere in the unseen starlight. The road of reality below her looked so far away from here. This place felt to her as the closest to the road she would really be in. There was only one thing Angie cursed. Why had I not been able to go to the family conference on that day 12 years ago? If I had gone, I probably would have been able to be with my family forever. Recently, I've been having a dream about my family over and over again. That's so sad. Myself of 12 years ago calls out frantically, urging them not to go to the family conference. But both Mom and Dad are too far away, and my hand won't reach them. I reached for the hand of Battler Nissan, who always really loved me, for the hand that would always pat my head. But even though it looks like it's so close to reaching, even that falls short. For some reason, I started having that dream over and over again. Whenever I have that dream, I repeat my useless efforts inside that dream, trying to stretch out my hand even more forcefully. If only Battler Nissan at least could have lived. Then perhaps at least the two of us could have supported each other through this life in this cold and lonely reality. But his hand never reaches me. So even if I climb to the roof of a building as tall as this one, I am distantly separated from all of them. A mysterious girl appears in my dreams and urges me. That girl in my dream urges me to arrive at the truth of what happened 12 years ago.
父さんたちにあの日何があったのかを知ることができたなら帰ってきてくれるのせめて
There was no way that anyone existed who could answer those words. I understand. In this world, I have no family, no friends, no one. So, let's go. Let's go home, to where my family is. Wait, is he gonna... From the beginning, Angie's figure had been on the far side of the fence. The scenery below her eyes was distant, beautiful, and so fantastical that it did not give rise to the slightest bit of fear. If I faced down, I'll certainly be taken to the road below. So I faced up, because I wanted to be taken to the road above, where the road where my family was. Who cares about vast wealth? Who cares about cursed gold? Who cares about the golden witch Beatrice? What I really want is something that even a mountain of gold will help me obtain. What I need for is that small amount of courage to take a single step forward. Just then, I definitely heard a voice. I knew that voice. That voice had always called to me in my dreams. It's Emo Rika. Before my eyes, in other words, in midair above the jet black nighttime scenery, there was the figure of a girl I had seen in my dreams. She spoke again with the same voice I heard inside my
あな
dreams.
たの助けが必要なの。
私の助け？誰が？
あなたの家族がよ。あなたの家族は永遠に12年前の今日から明日に閉じ込められているわ。
それを救えば私の家族は帰ってくるの？
When I asked the question, I most wanted to ask, the girl cruelly stopped talking and hung her head.
それは約束できないわ。敵は黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。強大な相手。
Even Burn Castell isn't the villain. Burn Castell is like the Beatrice is the villain because of all this.
でも同じ黄金の魔女なら
何の話か。
1986年のベアトリーチェに太刀打ちできるのは1998年のつまりあなたよエンジェ・ベアトリーチェ。
Angie
12
Beatrice.
年前の魔女が私の家族を奪ったの？
そうあなたの敵に当たるあなたに常に孤独な未来を強いる元凶よ。
私の家族の敵。
No, it's the family's killer was in the other room.
見返りにあなたの望む最も理想的な世界でも必ず希望が叶うと約束はできない。
That's kind of cool, actually. So it's not like Rika will like see her fragments or like randoms. He's gonna try and find a fragment
1986年のベアトリーチェのゲーム版は
where like
あ
no
ま
one
り今
does.
日の手土産にその理想のかけらを持参しようとしたんだけれどかなりの強固な運命ラムダデルタと戦った時以来に
何を言ってるのかわからない。
あなたに復讐のチャンスを見返りにあなたが享受できる可能性の中で最も復讐徒労になるかもしれない。仮に復讐を成し遂げられたとしても奇跡的確率でせいぜい一人を連れ戻せるかどうかよ。
Nancy now understood the meaning of that dream. That dream where it seemed like there was a little bit more. Her hand might at least be able to reach Battle in Nissan.
奇跡的な確
If
率
a
で
second person bring back Jessica.
1% くらい。
あらゆる可能性の数値はだからその数字を
でも私が何もしないよりは絶対にわずかの可能性がある。
ええあなたが希望を捨てない限りただし覚悟してそれは限りなくゼロに近い。
いいわ、乗るわその話。
Heck yeah.
多分もう二度とここへは帰ってこれないわよ。
ここは私のいるべき世界じゃないわ。そして私のいるべき世界はあなたの名前を聞かせて。
奇跡の魔女ベルンカスト。
Okay, so I think I hate to say it, but witches might be real. Well, at least not the murder. Like,
我が
I
名
think
に
when
おい
it comes, well, this is interesting, because for up until now, oh my, it's doing the Higurashi thing. This is literally the Higurashi thing, where like you think the plot's one thing and it changes. Like we thought that like okay, it's Battler versus Beatrice trying to argue about murders, but now there's another element. This is kind of like the Rika thing.
あなた
The
黄
golden
金の魔
oh
女
something happened.
エンジ
Something
ェ・ベアト
happened.
リーチェだと認める。
Angie Beatrice, the final witch, born in 1998, named by Eva as her successor and accepted with Birkenstell as her guardian. She is starting from zero as a witch, but as her body is located 12 years in the future, she possesses ultimate magic resistance that prevents her from being targeted by any of Beatrice's magic. Additionally, completely converse to her older brother's magic resistance, she has a natural talent for attacks against magic types. Potential in both attack and defense is the highest level, but this is great. 12 years really is. Okay, it's awesome.
あなたは本当の
The instant she proclaimed that I was a witch, I felt dizzy as though something inside me had changed drastically. Just then I heard a slam. It was the sound of the door connecting to the staircase to the roof being opened. There was Aunt Eva's Gurge only a name. Aren't they the cage that's closest? Wait, they saw that I was already on the other side of the fence and...
20マルタイ発見屋上応援求む
Wait,
エンジェさん
it's auto going.
探しましたよ。そこは危ないですから 早くこちらへ。
何あれファンクラブよ。私結構
Wait, why can't I?
捕まる必要はないわね。
Why is it going by itself? I don't like this. Did I press a button? Oh. Now that was an ending. Okay. I was a little disappointed in like the episode ending, but that was a great tea party ending. So and that explains a lot. So she shows up to save Battler because honestly, I think Battler might be the only one who's actually savable. Because if you think about it, everyone else signed the Golden Land thing. So I have a feeling that the plot is now going to become her trying to like get Battler out of there because it's clear that like everyone else is kind of screwed, but he won't sign. Which may also be because of his magic resistance that they keep talking about. And by magic resistance, I mean the ability to say no you. I feel really bad for, like, her entire life was ruined because, being there wouldn't have even helped. She would have just been killed by Eva too. Like, I mean, I guess the alternative is everyone dies, but that doesn't make sense because we've seen two versions where everyone dies. But then what happens to her? Oh wait, those are probably different fragments. Okay, there might be like a little bit of fragment hopping, which would be kind of cool. That's cool. Oh, Eva still had another bullet. Is there another scene? Or was that the end? Oh yes, there is another scene. Looking annoyed, Bird Costello turned on her heels in the jet black sky. Watching that perfectly casual gesture, I followed her as though it was completely normal.
返事さん、待ちなさい。早まるな、危ない。
ああ、ダメね。全然ダメ。じゃあまたね。See you again。迎えにはリムジンをよこしてちょうだい。みんなも一緒だから。じゃあね。
返事さん。
Oh, she just... Dang. It's okay, she is magic. A new trophy is available in the new game board is added. The next episode has been unlocked. Heck yeah! Okay, that was so good. Oh my god, I loved every second of that. That was so good. And we're gonna get into a new background. So Angie's now on the witch side, right? Yes, he is. Awesome. And I mean, we kind of already saw... I wonder, can I execute Eva? Execute. Die! Dang it, it isn't working. I'm assuming I can execute something like George. Yeah. I feel like I should be studying these more, because I might be able to find something hidden. And I wonder, do you have anything... No, okay, you didn't add anything. But... Huh. So I guess we will end there. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this episode 3 journey. I'm flabbergasted. And next time we will get into episode 4, but that is next time, so I will see you all then.